Hello folks, Mike Cork here with UltimateBass.com. I get asked all the time on our forum what kind of knot I tie. I really don't know the name of the knot. I've looked it up, can't find it. There's several knots that are close, and San Diego jam knot's pretty close, but I don't think it's quite the same knot. But to start this presentation off, I'm going to show you why I like it. There's some 17-pound Bass Pro XL. I'm going to go ahead and break this with my bare hands using friction. And that's the reason I like my knot, is it doesn't have friction. My father taught me this trick. He said I could probably win a beer or two with it, and I have. So anyway, you get yourself some line. I've done this with up to 25-pound test line. You wrap it around your hand 3 or 4 times. Make sure you got plenty of line to work with. And then in the palm of your hand, make a loop. Instead of wrapping it on around, just loop it back down, and then come around the back side of your hand and run the line back through that loop. Takes a second to set it up, but hey, you can tell a story, do whatever you need to do. But the goal is to get the line through that loop and then in the palm of your hand. And then as you're talking, wrap this around your other hands, and then you pull tight so you got that friction working for you. And then once you get it good and tight, you snap your hand and it breaks. It took 2 snaps, but I got it. Anyway, that kind of shows you what I'm talking about. So using friction, you can break line. The friction will break your line, and most knots use friction to cinch down. So eventually, after 3 or 4 hook sets, that friction is going to work against you and break your knot. So this knot I'm getting ready to show you, it doesn't have any friction. You can pull it apart, you can cinch it back down. When you see, I'll show you. To show you, I'm going to use some orange line and a big clip so that we can all see what's going on real easy. Okay, this clip's going to be our hook. This is our fishing line. I'll put that over my shoulder. So we're going to run our fishing line through our hook. And like with any knot you're going to tie, you want to give yourself plenty of line. So your main line goes out to your fishing rod. This is your tag in. So you're going to pinch it, and then pinch your tag in together. A lot of knots start that way. There's no big secret there. And then you're going to take and run your tag line around your main line 4 to 5 times. Depends. If I'm using heavier line, I go with 4. And if I'm using lighter line, I go with 5. I don't know why. It just seems to make sense in my head. But after you wrap that around, you got a loop at the top where you've been pinching. So you let go of that pinch and you run that tag line back through that loop. And then if this was mono or fluoro, you'd wet it down real good and spit on it, and then you would cinch it all down. Just kind of work it down together. Now what makes this knot so good is that the tag line and the main line are not cinched against each other. You can pull that main line back through. Pull it back down nice and tight, and then you can do the same thing. You can pull your main line back through. It's not cutting into it. You can pull, and then you can pull it back out. And if you do that with mono, you won't have to fight it so much. I'm having to fight the cloth here a little bit, but mono and fluoro, you won't have to fight pulling it back out. You can just grab a hold of that knot, slide it back in and out. I'll set that up and do that here in just a second, just to show you. But that's it. And I had a gentleman that I showed it to, and he used it for a while, and he said, "Mike, I think I'm gonna call it the no knot." And I said, "Well, why is that?" And he said, "Well, 1, nobody knows what it's called, and 2, if you miss the step of putting the line back through the loop at the top, it doesn't work." I said, "Well, I guess that's as good as any name." So there you go, the No Knot by Mike Cork. Okay. Now that I've showed you with a big orange line, it makes it easy. You can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna do it with a hook and some mono here real quick. So you probably, I don't know if you can be able to see this very well or not, but we're gonna stick that line through the hook. And then again, like with any knot, leave yourself plenty of room. This is my main line. It's over my shoulder. This is my tag line. I pull it up and I pinch it. So we got it good and pinched. And then once you get good at it, it's just a swinging motion, but you're basically going to wrap your tag line around the main line 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that leaves a little loop at the top, and you put that tag line through there. Yes, I shake a lot. And then you kind of wet it down. I like to pull the tag and the main at the same time, and then there's your knot. You can see there's no squirrely cues at the top, no nothing, but you can pull that knot back out. See, pull that knot back out, cinch it back down. So there you go. Again, I don't know what the name of it is, but that's the knot I like to use. Thank you for watching.